A vast land stretches beyond the horizon, where vivid green meets the cloudless blue sky. The rolling hills pass underneath, odd patches of brown marring the nearly perfect landscape. The patches spread further and further. Small towns appear and disappear. Scattered primitive farmsteads flash past. Taller buildings peek over the horizon, growing into a city with a marred, broken turret castle and milling forms along the cobblestone roads. A sense of evil, of nothingness overcomes you, driving all thoughts away. Everything shifts, colors and forms blurring. An immense weight presses down on you, preventing you from breathing. As you gasp for breath and suffocate, the weight surrounds you and crushes you from all sides. Just as you think you can't take any more, you hear a loud crash and screams, jarring you awake. County Brass Fang, you go first. You wake up with a clash surrounding you. What do you do?
I look around. A clash, like a sound.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to try to see if I can figure out where the sound came from. I
Okay.
jump out of bed, put on my clothing, pick up my battle axe and my shield, and look around.
Okay. So you jump out of bed, remembering that you had stayed the night at the Flowing Keg. You're in a small one bedroom, and you look out the window after getting all of your equipment ready, and you see flames in the distance, and you see lots of figures in the darkness running all over.
Hmm. I'm going to. Is the window just big enough for me to go through?
Yes.
I will unlock the window and climb out into the roof and out into the road.
Okay. For that, I would like you to make let's say, an either acrobatics or athletics checks, whichever one you want.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I,
Okay. Yeah, you
14.
successfully get up the onto the roof. You scrabble a little bit, having to get a foot purchase on one of the sort of buttresses of the inn roof, but you finally get up, and you're able to see a little farther, and you're able to see that there's not just one, but there's several fires on different sides of the town.
This
And
is alarming. And are they only coming from like that direction, or are they all around? Like,
so
I'm trying to
they're
get an idea.
coming from. I can now bring you to
The map.
the map,
On the map. Oh wow, that was pretty.
and I will also grab all of your tokens for now. Okay. Yeah, so you can zoom in into it.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll put me right here for now.
Yep, and we're gonna make you a lot smaller if it lets you.
I don't think it will, unless you have to hold Alt.
Okay, you're really tiny right now. Tinier, at least. So you're up on the roof here, and you see that there is a fire relatively close, about there. There's also another one sort of north from you,
I sees it.
and then there's another over here. And while you're looking, you suddenly feel the building beneath you shake. So now we'll go to the next person. And Hexlith, it is your turn. You wake up second. The fires are already burning, but then you wake up due to the building shaking beneath you and shaking all of your equipment, making anything on the table fall to the ground. Your bed shakes. What do you do?
So wake up and just what is happening? So I just grab my stuff and pull out from the door. And what do I see once I get out from my room?
So you go into the main hallway then?
Yeah.
You see that the other guests are running down the hallway, down the steps with their equipment. They look like they're ready to do something. That's all you can see at this point.
I just look around. Apparently, not many people know. I run outside from this step and
Okay,
never stay in a shaking building, people.
so you run out of the
I'm
flowing
safe.
keg then, correct? Okay, what do you do after running out?
Okay, so I assume that I could see the fire like this nearest one.
Correct. And now you see a rubble pile here. It looks like something fell down and was destroyed, possibly due to the shaking that woke you up, which is still occurring, by the way.
I just look around, noticing the rubbles, noticing the fire. Do we have like an earthquake right now? But then again, earthquake doesn't really cause fire. I'm just going to look for somewhere, some place where I can hide at first. You know?
Okay. The rubble looks pretty safe to hide in over here. There's another pile over here. It looks pretty sturdy, except there's a wall about here that looks a little less safe, but it looks like you might be able to hang out around there to hide.
Out in the open, take a risk. I take a risk.
Okay. Let me grab your icon. Move all these here. William is not bigger than the inn.
That's a very big dragonborn.
Yeah. So now I will move you over onto the rubble area.
Let's play hide and seek, people.
There we go. Okay, Talon. So, you would wake up after this crazy dream or vision. You don't know what it was. Your heart's racing. You're still catching your breath from it. And there's yelling, and there's the building shaking. You hear things falling outside. What do you do?
So first of all, I'm waking up really quick and okay. I have it. I'm calm. I need my books, and I'll get the first thing I get is my bag with all my books and all my things, and then I'm looking for Tar. Um, we have to get out of here, Tar. If you're here, are you listening to me? We have to get out. And then the raven is perching on my shoulder, and I'm darting downstairs to see what's going on as fast as my little legs can carry me.
Okay, so you run out the door. You might lose your footing a couple times on the steps when the earthquake gets really bad. Dust starts to sort of fall from the rafters, and the rocks groan as the stone building creaks around you. And as you finally get out the open door, you see several big piles of rubble with metal sticking out and wood splinters everywhere, and rocks and boulders much larger than you. And then you also see several bursts of fire around the town. What do you do?
All right. Is there any place I can hide and send Tar to see what's going on?
Well, yeah, there's actually a pretty decent place to hide over in this rubble area. Looks pretty safe.
All right, so I'm just going to run as fast as my little legs can carry me to hide behind one of the boulders.
Okay.
And I'm going to look around and talk to the raven perching on my shoulders, like, Tar, I will stay here because it's safe and the earth is quaking and I remember that if you stay in next to any buildings, and then the buildings can fall on your head, and that would be very bad. So what I'm going to do is you go around and you see what you can see, and I will lay here against this boulder, and I'll look through your eyes. But please be fast, because I can't see anything when you're not here. And I'll just send the raven to try and check what's causing the fire or anything. But I'm going to put myself against one of the rebels, because when I'm seeing through the raven's eyes, I'm blind and I'm deaf. So I'm just.
By the way, Hexlith, are you hiding or are you just sitting there?
Hiding.
Okay, so I would like you to make a let's see, a stealth check, please. And Talon, please make a perception check for me.
Okay, me or the raven?
Well, so I would say you for now.
Okay. You said perception?
Yep.
Would have been better for the raven. Okay.
Okay, so
I'm not very good at
so Hexlith is hiding amongst the rubble. He's put some little tree branches around his head and some wood planks on his back, sort of to fit in and hide and camouflage himself. And Talon, you sit right on the wooden plank that is on his back, and you don't even notice.
Oh god.
I'm still maintaining my silence. Yeah?
I'm assuming
But-
Hexlith
So he
is
was-
silent.
Thinking in my head, who is it? Who is it? But it's pretty loud.
So basically, he heard me talking to myself and to the raven all the time.
Exactly.
Yes.
What your raven sees, we'll let him go over. Is he going to check out the closest fire for now?
Yes.
Yeah, feel free to move
yeah,
him
the one. Yeah, like the one here.
Okay.
She's going to fly around and see what she can see.
Yeah, so through the senses of Tar, you can tell that this is an unusual fire. It doesn't feel like there's any heat or even any updraft, so Tar has to continually flap. It doesn't seem to even benefit him, unlike normal fire. It acts strangely. It doesn't lap up the material like normal fires do.
It's an illusion.
Right.
Okay.
Can I move? So I can't move her to the. Can I assume that the other fires are the same, or should I bring Tara to investigate the other two before I call her back? It's a she, by the way. It's a she bird.
She. Good to know. So you can have her investigate if you want, but that will be for your next turn, if that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just trying to make sure that it's sort of chronologically similar. Okay. So next would be William. Let me grab your.
Yeah,
So
my token's not on the board.
yep, I am changing the layer.
I actually like your character icon.
Go.
Mine? Yeah. The guy just holding like electricity between his hands and stuff. That's really cool.
There we go.
Thanks.
Okay, William, you just woke up from a very strange and terrifying dream. It felt so real that you can feel the oppression of whatever darkness was in it, still causing you to be soaked in sweat. Sweat rolls down your face and your back as you hear crashes and boulders hitting each other outside, and you feel the ground shaking, and you start to hear something whistling almost. What do you do?
Go with my first instinct, grab my quarterstaff and backpack, and jump out the window.
Okay, make a athletics or acrobatics check to see how well you jump out that window.
You miss. You jump into the woods.
You land head first.
You jump into the wardrobe instead. You get confused.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You add a little bit of a somersault with flair. Not that there's any. Well, actually, the person on the roof is able to see you jump out of the window with a flare somersault. Apparently, you look up on the right side of the bed. You've got lots of energy to spare, and you jump out. And your window was over on this side, so we'll say you're about here. And what you see is rubble, fire, something moving in the sky, but it's hard to tell since it's dark out. And you see some more fire over to your west, and you see more piles of rubble appear as the movement of the earth continues. However, make a perception check for me, please.
Okay.
Okay. You hear something that stands out from the noises happening all around you, but you can't quite make out where it's coming from or what it is.
Okay. I'm going to move towards the closest fire.
Okay.
See if I can see anyone inside.
Feel free to move your icon to where you want to go.
And if you hold Alt, you can move them anywhere. It won't clip or to the end of this in the square.
Okay. Yeah, so there you see, and you feel that this fire is unusual. It does not produce any heat to further exacerbate your sweatiness from your dream. And it doesn't eat away at the wood that the building is made of, even though it's rotten, dry wood that would normally be very consumable by fire. It's not really doing anything of the sort.
Can I move into the house?
Sure. Okay, so you move into the house, and the building begins to sort of shake and tremble, possibly due to the earthquake that occasionally will occur again, off and on, maybe every 10 seconds or so. And please make a reflex save for me.
Okay.
Would that be a dex save?
Yeah, that would be dex. So a
So
dexterity
dex saving throw.
Yeah. Okay. So you jump out of the way in time, but your shoulder gets a little clipped by a nice, long, thick wooden beam that had been sort of supporting the roof. However, it didn't hurt at all. It was a lot lighter than you were expecting. And along with the wooden beam, what appeared to be fire was licking at it. And as it hit you, it turned into red and orange confetti.
Well, this is certainly unusual. I quickly call out, see if there's anyone in the house, anyone in need of help.
You don't hear anything.
Then I make my way back out. This fire is weird.
Okay. Now we'll go to the next Karnath. So Karnath, you wake up after your dream, still shaken from it. You hear crashes. You hear boulders on top of boulders. You hear metal and wood creaking. The building that you're in is shaking underneath you. And then you hear a whistle growing louder and louder, almost like a wagon right above you. What do you do?
Is my companion in the room with me?
Yeah.
Right. In that case, I'm gonna grab my gear, get everything sort of sorted, keep my hand axe drawn, head towards the door, and turn towards my companion. Right. I'll take point. You watch my back, and we will make our way down. Well, I peek outside the door. Is there anything outside?
Nope, just a pile of big rubble and fire and more rubble over here.
Okay. I will leave the room.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I see anything out of place?
So you start to see something interesting coming from the south direction. You start to see what appears to be water flooding the streets.
What?
Okay.
Right. I grew up in a mountain. I don't know how to swim. That's
Does
bad.
everyone see that?
Can I see it from the
now,
rooftop?
yes, but you can react.
Yeah, we'll wait our turn.
And it won't affect you until your turn, I count, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so Karnath, what do you do?
Go.
That was a good reaction.
He shrugs, goes back to bed.
Tempting. Just sort of start moving in the opposite direction, further up the street.
Okay.
Remember, you can hold Alt to move your character anywhere, so it doesn't just snap to the corner of the box.
Yeah, and feel free to make a perception check for me, please.
Glad. Should I make with advantage if I'm getting help from?
Yes, that is fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for a tornado to hit, so we have all 4 elements.
Water, earth, wind, fire.
Someone pissed off the avatar.
We're gonna be Captain Planet very soon.
Okay. So, Karnath, you hear something like a voice crying out from underneath this rubble over here.
Ooh.
Okay. Well,
It sounds like someone's
that
calling
is-
for help.
Okay. That is not my problem. So I'm gonna just keep going away.
Okay.
Own life matter.
Okie dokie. So you will continue going straight where you're going?
Yep.
Okay, so you pass by William, who has just exited the house.
Okay.
What do you do?
I don't know this guy, so I'm just going to ignore him and
Okay,
just keep on going.
perfectly fine.
Nice to meet you too.
Minus.
Okay, yeah, so you see that you're getting a little closer to the fire over here. And some more water begins sort of flooding this area over here.
Oh, joy.
Good question. Do we know if this city is anywhere near an ocean? Is it landlocked?
I will have you do
It's-
a history check.
Oh, okay.
You got
You can
in
do it,
really
me. I
late
believe in
at
me.
night, so you couldn't see anything.
Okay. History plus 0. I got this.
Totally.
13.
It's not bad.
Okay. Yeah, you remember that you didn't hear any large bodies of water nearby when you came in the dark, and you don't remember
Okay,
it in the text in any book.
That makes it very weird.
That is definitely not normal.
Okay, so now we'll go back to Bounty Brassfang. Feel free to make a perception check, please. Bounty Brassfang.
I will, but before I did this guy go? Was this?
Yeah, I have not gone yet.
Oh, well, I guess that's because you're not in the initiative turn. I apologize about that. Let's add you.
Roll my perception check when it's my turn.
I was the lowest initiative anyway, so.
Oh, okay, well that works. Let me add turn.
Yeah, we. I can't see the turn order anymore, but I trust you.
Yeah.
There we go. Now
Yeah,
we got it.
we switched maps. Everything changed. It's cool. Though.
Okay. So, Malharith, what do you do?
So I just heard the loud crashes and bangs, all that.
You hear everything
I-
that everybody else has heard so far.
Okay. I'm going to go. Is there a table in the room at all?
There is a small end table.
All
It's
right.
on its
Then,
side now, though,
On its. Oh, okay.
from the
Then I'm gonna pick up my spilled stuff that was on the table. Gonna put my backpack on, put my wooden mask on, grab my staff, and grab my. I'm assuming freaking out little hummingbird right now.
Yes, your hummingbird is flying around very rapidly in circles.
I'm gonna kind of whistle to it and try to get it to come into my hand.
Okay. Try animal handling. Let's just see. Like, it's gonna be an easy
Alright.
check, but
It's for fun.
oh yeah,
Wow.
you totally
Yeah.
are able to get your hummingbird to come right to you with your whistle, and it
Okay.
even calms down.
Alright, I'm gonna hold him very gently in my hand.
Okay.
Am I on the first, second floor?
You are on the second floor currently.
Second floor.
Yep, that's
Okay.
where the rooms are.
Alright, I'm going to, as quickly as I can, just make my way outside.
Okay. So you go down the steps as quickly as possible with the occasional earthquakes shaking them. They're a little rickety, but it's a well kept inn. And you go outside and you see rubble. Right outside, you see fire and you see more rubble. And you also
Okay.
hear a voice coming from this direction.
And do I hear it saying help, help?
You do.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna start running in that direction, actually.
Okay.
How close can I get to it?
You can go the whole way.
Okay. I'm gonna search around. Do I see the person screaming for help?
Let's see. Yeah, she's very visible. So you see, let's make her smaller.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god.
She is not a giant. I
It's
promise.
a giant.
Jeez.
Nope. She's a tiny little girl. And it appears that there's rubble on top of her. And it looks like she's trapped. She's crying out for help. Help, help! Sir, please help
Alright.
me.
I'm going to put the little hummingbird on my shoulder right now, and I'm going to start climbing into the rubble to see if I can get her out.
Okay. Make a strength check to see for getting her out.
Oh no. 10.
Okay, so you're able to move it about a foot up, but it's not enough, because there's some rubble that's pressing down on the other side where her legs are. So you can move it a little bit, but you sort of get a little tired after a moment, and you have to put it down again.
Can I use my quarterstaff to kind of make a wedge or
Sure.
kind of like a
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you have advantage for doing that. So do another strength check. Okay. Yeah, you're able to do it.
So 17.
Yep. So
Okay.
17. You are able to successfully use your quarterstaff as a lever to push the big beam up and move the rock that's on top of the beam. And the girl's able to sort of wiggle her way free. She jumps down off of the rubble and sort of like shakes off the dirt from her dress, and she says, "Thank you, sir. I'm so thankful."
Does she look injured at all, or does she
She's
look?
not.
Okay.
It's actually pretty amazing that she doesn't look injured after that. Thank you.
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
I'm just going to nod my head and start. Does it look like she's heading anywhere right now, or
Nope,
she
she
just
sits down on a boulder right there at the rubble
on a
site.
boulder?
Yep.
I'm gonna say to her, "Come with me. We need to get out of here."
She shakes her head fervently, her hair sort of tousling around. She's like, "No, my mom told me always to stay put. I have to listen to her. I have to listen to my mom. Otherwise, I get a spanking."
Where was the last place you saw your mom?
Back at home.
Can you lead me to your home?
That would mean I'd have to leave my location. I can't do that.
Can you point me in the direction of your home?
She points straight this way.
That
It's by the stadium.
By the stadium. Is she pointing like this one or more towards
Just in
this?
general, this direction. It's hard to tell which way.
Looking from her perspective, I'm gonna ask: is it on the left or right side?
She like holds out her hands, like trying to, almost like she's trying to remember which left and right are. And she finally says, "I think it's the right one. Yeah, we don't have the big
right
house, just the small one."
Okay. I'm gonna say, all right, stay here like your mother told you. I'm gonna see if I can find your parents, and I'm gonna start heading that way.
Okay. So as you continue on, Bounty Brassfang, it's on to you.
Yes, you wanted me to roll a perception check.
Yes.
Let's see what I get with my amazing perception.
Right.
A 7.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, you
Amazing.
hear, you see
was
rubble
with a
and
plus
fire, and you see some movement over in this direction, but you can't quite make out the noise that's starting to come from this direction. So what do you do?
What time of day is it?
It is about 3 in the morning.
Oh, I wonder what the girl's doing out at 3 a.m. Well, first thing I'm going to do is crawl down from the roof. And do I need to roll anything for that, or just like I get down?
We'll say you can get down.
Well, I'm going to crawl down on this.
oh,
That was the sound. Also, my roll 20 froze. Give me a moment. I need to reload it. My computer hates roll 20. But yeah, my computer hates roll 20, so I need to reload the webpage real quick.
No problem.
Back. All right, but yeah, I've got to crawl down the roof into the alley where the four corners of those buildings meet.
Okay, you can move your token once you get there.
I would.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's a sound coming from the southwest,
Correct.
and I don't know where it is. I will begin heading that way.
Okay.
And using the alleyways because my guy knows better than to walk in the streets.
Okay.
oh.
So as you get closer, make another perception check with advantage.
Yeah, I'll be going this way. I almost grabbed my real life dice. Character sheet, come on.
Oh, hello, large
the
person.
There you are.
Okay. Excellent.
With advantage 22.
Yep.
See,
So
being
you're
larger actually helped you.
going
Oh,
to see
I didn't.
several
You rolled a larger perception being larger.
Yeah, I did. I can see everything now.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah, so you're going to see several things. First, you're going to see some people start to appear in the streets. Let's see if I can find it. So you see some, not that big. Yeah. So you start to see some people.
Ooh.
There's a couple more than that. I'll add them in a moment. But then,
We don't. I don't see anyone right now.
Off to the
Yeah, I
left.
didn't see it.
here.
A bit to your left.
Oh, okay.
Right
Yep.
there.
And then, amazingly enough, you see something interesting.
Oh,
Hey, there's a tornado you're talking about.
Yes. So you've never seen a tornado, but it's a funnel of wind that looks very powerful coming around.
the
coming
avatar is
in
very mad.
your direction.
Yeah, the
Yes.
dice on loose.
What do? You see people, you see some type of funnel of wind.
Do I see these two guys just over here chilling in the dirt? One guy below the dirt, one person above the dirt.
So the one is hiding.
That roll
tall
high enough to
dragon
see him?
unicorn. What's that?
Did I roll high enough to see him?
No, he had a 24 for stealth.
Oh.
But
I
you
don't
do
notice
see
him.
Talon.
Do I see the water approaching town?
Yes, you can see it from that angle. Yeah.
Okay, I just like sort of cup my hands and scream over to him. You're gonna want to run, cub.
I'm right now. I'm deaf, so I cannot hear you.
My guy doesn't know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You
Yeah.
ought to be wanting to move in a different direction. All right, and I'm gonna continue down the alleyways towards the stadium and
Completely
just
ignored.
see if I can get closer.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't hear him. So yeah, I ignored him.
So there, you can sort of hear a lot of noise coming from the little stadium area. And as you get closer, oh, go ahead.
This is the entrance to the stadium, or is this the entrance to the stadium?
They're all entrances.
Okay.
So
Because
as
I
you-
don't see anything in this corner of the map, so I wasn't sure.
There's nothing there. It's
Walls.
blankness. It's weird.
Oh, we're in a testing chamber. Excellent. Okay, so there's noises. I guess I will try to head towards the stadium entrance. I'm gonna stealth this. I don't want to be seen.
Okay. Roll stealth.
1.
You?
20.
Okay.
14.
What's you?
Yeah, so you're able to stealth successfully. You sort of like peep down to the entrance of the stadium area, and you see a large crowd of what appears to be the villagers sort of mingling around here. There's someone pointing, and when the person points, more people exit the stadium at that point.
That is confusing. I will creep in.
Okay, you creep in.
See what I can see.
You see
Yeah,
people.
is this where it seems like the people are gathering in like some sort of safety,
Yeah, it's
like a shelter?
it looks like it's both a shelter and also like you hear the person that appears to be the leader right now. You go to the far northeast of the town. Take care of that fire. You three go take care of the flood. Go look for anybody in the rebel. He's like pointing to different groups.
Take care of the flood.
Build a dam.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, those guys got the sucky job.
We
trudge
entered there
out.
to deal with the tornado.
Yeah, that group trudges out. What am I gonna do? I don't know how we're gonna stop a flood. They didn't tell us. They didn't teach us
Throw
that.
rocks at it.
They didn't teach us
All
that.
right, I'm going to approach the guy who looks like a leader and like break stealth and be like, "What's just happening here?"
Oh, where did you come from?
I was in the inn up by road.
Ah, traveler. I see. Okay. Well, Well, it's good that you found us, but what have you been doing?
I have been trying to survey area. There are many fighters in area, and there's no big column of wind to the west here.
It's hit us with everything today. Okay. So what we're gonna do is this. You can stay here, and I keep giving orders to these people. Okay?
Am I able to help you in some way?
Whatever you see fit to work best. That's fine.
All right, I'm gonna walk over to the tornado.
Okay, so you walk over to the tornado. Okay.
Like, all right, bye.
By
I'm gonna
the
walk
way,
over to this group of people.
these
I'm gonna
ladies-
walk over to this group of people.
Yeah, so
And
these,
then,
these are like three women, and they're carrying buckets of water. That they look like they're heading in the direction of they're sort of starting to move towards one of the fires, possibly.
Is this a well then, right here?
Yes, it is. Tornado moves
Oh.
a little bit closer. Okay.
Do I feel the wind?
You see the wind, and it doesn't look normal, but
Is my
it's
cloak
windy.
flowing?
It's windy, but it's not as powerful as you would expect it to be.
I'm gonna scream something at it in Orin because I know Primordial,
Oh,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna look over and say, "What is it you want?" In Orin.
Okay. The
Hmm.
wind tornado does not say anything.
All right, you are a riveting conversationalist.
Once again,
he
it
says
says
to a
nothing.
tornado.
It's just a tornado.
Okay, so now we'll move on to our Dragonborn.
Yeah. So, question: how long has I been holding that position?
About 30 seconds.
30 seconds. So, 30 seconds is a long time to hold a position, and especially not when I'm standing. So I'm just going to slowly like growls, little fellow. How long are you planning to sit up there?
That's his reply.
Talon, what do you say? Your seat just started talking to you.
I'm deaf and blind. I'm
Yeah,
still
I know.
looking through Tara's eyes. So I see nothing and I say nothing until Tara's over to
So
my shoulder. So what happens is that he sees this tiny little gnome thing saying nothing. And like his eyes are completely unfocused. and
like
it's
wide it
almost
over.
like he's not there.
So I'm waiting for a response for like 10 seconds. When and then no one's replying. This fellow deaf or something. And then I just abruptly stand up.
Throwing the gnome.
Okay, Talon falls forward, face first into the dirt.
Do you still feel pain when you're in that?
Yeah, I feel pain. And I can't talk, I just can't hear or see, so I didn't see anything that happened. I just saw myself tumbling forward and falling face first on the ground. So I just clean myself up and try to clean my my face. And I'll wait for my turn, actually.
Yeah, you probably just think Talon just thinks that maybe your wood plank lost balance on the rubble, and it
Yeah,
just pitched you
the
forward.
earthquake or something, yeah.
Because I mean, who would expect you to be sitting on a person, right? Yeah, so continue.
So now I'm standing. I dust off all these branches and dirt that I picked to cover myself up, and then look at this little. What was it again? A flame? Yeah.
Gnome.
No.
Or what?
No.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. I just look at this little gnome. Are you deaf or something?
Yes, actually.
No response.
Can I feel him? Like next
Yeah,
to me?
you should be able to feel him if he touches you, but it depends.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So he didn't touch me yet. So I'm
Yeah.
not.
So I'm just walking towards this gnome, and then just grab his small head.
What's going on?
You
What's
feel
going on?
this giant hand, like resting on top of your head. It could hold your whole head in its hand.
I'm too young to die.
And
I still
this
have lots of
particular
books.
hand have claws. So
No,
I'm
please don't kill me.
I'm just going to lift him up a bit, slowly turn him towards me.
I'm too young to die. I still have lots of books that I need to read.
You
Please don't
should
kill me.
talk. You should talk a lot. Where were your voice when I asked you?
Still doesn't hear
he
what you're
hear
saying.
He doesn't respond to your question.
Oh, God damn it. This is frustrating.
I'm harmless, and I was in the tavern. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
I'm starting to think, is this no actually really deaf? He's not answering my question. So is the dirt like a soft dirt or something? The ground.
Yeah, it's relatively soft.
Okay, so
His face is all smudged right now.
Yeah, it's got some dirty marks on it.
So I'm just going to put down the gnome and start writing on the ground. Are you deaf in common, by the way?
No response.
He's blind right now. You can't see.
Oh, God damn it, this is frustrating.
No
So
response to
apparently
your
I'm
writing.
blind and deaf.
But I think I'm not sure if I can do that out of my turn. But as soon as I feel someone grabbing me, I would come out of tar at this point and regain my senses.
At this point, yes. After this part of the conversation, you regain your senses.
Yeah.
It takes a couple seconds for you to sort of come back, essentially.
Okay, so I assume by that time I've already finished writing that. Are you deaf on the ground?
And I'll blink a few times and look at him and sir, can I ask you to put me down, please? I don't like being lifted. I am sorry. How long have you been here? I did not see you before, but then again, I wouldn't see anyone.
I just let off his head, and I just point towards the ground.
Oh, no, you see, sir, it's because I was looking through the eyes of my raven, and when I do that, I see and hear nothing. So I apologize.
So you are not born deaf or blind.
Oh, no. I see very well and I hear very well. But if I hear and see through the eyes of my raven, who is not here right now, and I should call her back, I can't hear you or see you. It was not rude. I apologize. I did not know I was sitting on top of you. Was I sitting on top of you? Where did you
Okay,
come
okay,
from?
okay, 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 stop, stop. Started thinking this gnome talks a lot. Too
Uh,
much, in fact. Uh,
okay.
Never
I
mind.
was,
I'll just assume that I hide too well for people to see. Uh, so I'm just going to leave the gnome. What do I see? I mean, like in my surrounding.
So you see water flooding towards you,
Oh, what?
right here, and then you can see in the distance some people coming up this way.
So, is the water like moving in particular direction, or is just there like static?
It's slowly creeping this direction, sort of towards you.
Oh boy, that's bad. So I'm just going to look at the gnome. Do you know how to swim?
no.
Well, then I suggest you make haste. I just point towards the water that's slowly creeping. Apparently, the water is drawing closer.
Okay. I think we have to climb to a tall spot, sir. Maybe one of the houses. So, I don't want to drown. You still have a lot of books to read.
Neither do I would rather not die drowning. So I'm just going to rush towards the west.
Okay.
Okay. Will you leave me alone here, sir?
Yes, I
Why?
warn you. That's enough of basic courtesy that I could do.
You were very big. You could carry me. So I don't drown.
Fine then. So I'm just going to
Yeah,
pick
thank
up
you
the
very much.
gnome. I'm just going to pick up the gnome and rush towards the west.
Okay. So you rush towards the west. You get to about here, and you see that there is another pile of rubble here that was a little darker, so you could only see it when you got approached. And there is a person, a lady, sort of kicking all of the rocks into the circle of boulders, essentially trying to clear it all up.
Okay, so I'm just. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I ask you something?
Yes, how can I help you?
Is this something normal? What's happening right now?
What was that? What'd you say?
Is this something normal? What's happening right now? I mean, I see rubble, I see water, I see fire.
I'm sorry. It's just been such a long night, and I just can't really hear very well. Well, you see, she sort of clears her throat. No, it's not normal. And then she continues on.
Can I hear this conversation from where I'm at right now? Considering I'm running towards them.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you so calm, my lady? Because this is not normal, and you're talking like it's something that you eat for breakfast.
Well, you see, it's not normal. It's normal.
So like,
Or it's supposed to be.
so like, it has happened before.
No, it's complicated. I'm guessing you're travelers since you haven't heard the news.
Yes.
Have you heard about the other problems around the continent?
No, I'm kind of new to traveling myself.
Ah, I see. So apparently, I haven't gone out. I've just been in this town all my life. But you see, I've heard rumors at the inn that there have been lots of disasters around the continent. It's been spreading like a wildfire, I've heard. So, yeah, it's not normal, but it's normal, she says with a like a fervent nod, and then she continues.
I see. It's an annoying kind of normal.
Talon will will tap on the Dragonborn shoulder and go like, she's very confusing.
Well, I guess when something out of norm becomes rather norm, it is quite confusing.
She's like kicking at like a rock, trying to dislodge it from its place in the soil. She's like, muttering, "Why did I choose this night? This is just a really bad night to choose. What with sick Allie and all." She's like kicking at it, and then she stubs her toe. And, ow! Why did they give me this job? They know I'm more busy than this.
And I'm just looking at what's happening and just scratch my head.
She continues muttering to herself.
Yeah, ma'am, by any chance, do this town have some sort of leader? Or
No.
does news town not having any sort of leader? But
Well,
what
you
else
see,
can?
I don't. A leader. I mean, I guess. Would a mayor be a leader?
Oh, I guess mayor counts.
Okay, yeah.
Usually a mayor is the leader.
Okay,
It's the same.
got it.
Okay.
Well, so there's the mayor, and then there's Hui, and both of them are somewhat leaders. I don't really. She sighs. Okay, Talon. Continue.
Yeah.
I'll call her back.
Okay.
So she will come and perch on my shoulder. Am I on? What's the name of the Dragonborn? I'm sorry.
Huxley.
Can you type that, please? I'm horrible with spelling.
Wait.
So just so I know that I'm actually Hexlith. Okay. Where is Hexlith carrying me on his shoulder or carrying me? How are you carrying me?
But pretty much, you are kind of on my left shoulder.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so I'm perching on top, like on his shoulder, and now Tara's perching on my shoulder. I'm going to look around, and I'm going to look at the woman, and I'm going to actually tap Hexlith with my finger and go like, didn't you think she was a little weird? I mean, I haven't met many people in my life, but she was a little weird.
As you're standing right next to her.
Yeah.
She's just muttering to herself, and the pain from her toe now just is distracting her.
So I'm going to look at the gnome. Well, I guess, but try not to see that when the person is right in front of you.
Oh, what? I see. Well, all I'm trying to say is that if my town was being flooded and had fires everywhere and there was a tornado, do I see the tornado actually?
Now you do, yes. You just
And there's
realized
like
right this moment.
Does that tornado have ice? It's really weird.
That's a
And if I
tornado.
see a tornado and flood and fire, and in my city, I would not be kicking rocks and acting like nothing was happening. So I think that's very weird. But can I sense anything wrong with these things? Like I'm a wizard, so I'm not sure if that's attuned to magic or if I can do any
so
check.
actually,
Arcana, maybe?
yeah, feel free to use Arcana. Arcana.
Okay.
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 Yeah, you can tell that this is like all of these things are magical somehow.
Yeah, right. So that's all
They
that I
don't
know.
seem
Okay.
natural.
They don't feel natural, but I don't see any details that I might have read in a book or anything. Just that they are magical.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that the fire is an illusion. The flood is real water. but might be controlled. You don't know. Earthquakes are definitely a spell, and the tornado seems to be. You can't tell from here. You don't know if it's an illusion or if it's being controlled somehow.
All right, so I'll turn to Hexalith and go, you know what, sir? This is very weird because I sent Tara, my raven, she's here, perching on my shoulder, and I sent her to look at the fire, and the fire is not real. It's fake. It's an illusion. And the water is very real. And the tornado, I don't know, and the earthquake seems like to be a spell, and it's all magic. And she's very calm because if I were home and there was magic around, I would be panicking. Well, not panicking, but I would be trying to do something and help people, and she's just stubbing toes.
Yes, and again, I'm thinking in my head, this new talks too much. And
It does.
my head hurts. Yeah, you know what? That well, she did mention something about the disaster on the continent. So I guess it's not quite as fearsome as one would thought when you know that it's happening around the world. Kind of like it's happening. It's not suddenly just in that one place. I don't know. People mind worse in a strange way.
But if your town was about to be flooded, would you be calm stubbing toes and rocks up?
Well, I will be running because I can't swim.
Well, then we should run because I can't swim either, and I don't want to die.
I see, likewise. Well, I guess she can swim.
Well, if she can't swim, she's going to drown. I mean,
Well,
that's pretty obvious.
That's on her, I guess. Not really much of, at least my case, to worry.
Easy, sir, but if you don't move, I don't move, and it's quite a high jump. I cannot jump on the ground without stubbing my toe. So I need you to move if I am to move.
Yeah,
Because I'm on your shoulder.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking on which direction. Do you see any way that we can go? There is at least absence of any danger.
Do I see any danger
So,
from where I'm standing?
this direction, there doesn't seem to be as much seemingly dangerous items or occurrences.
Just a person
Then
running very fast.
Yeah, you just see a person.
Right. I'll point with my little finger towards the direction where I don't think there is danger. It seems safe there. There's no water. There's no fire. There is no, well, the earthquake I haven't felt in a while, but maybe there is. And there's no wind. We could go over there and be safe
And
and try to figure out.
then I'll follow the direction where the gnome showed me.
Okay. At this point, we'll have William go. William, you've discovered that the fire is not fire, and you just had an orc walk by you and ignore you with a wolf.
Put a warg.
Okay. Can I see the water coming in from the
Yes, you
top
can
right of
now.
the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Since the fire seems to be illusion, I'm going to try get into a position near that water and throw a dart at it to see if it's an illusion as well.
Okay. Make a ranged attack just to see if you can hit it in the right direction.
So that's dexterity, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
11.
Yeah, I mean, it's not very fast, so it's pretty easy to hit, and you get an advantage. So yeah, it does seem like real water. It splashes, and you also see two more people come around the corner, and they appear to be trying to. They look like they're
Ooh.
throwing water. Yeah, they're going to get water from this area and put it on this fire over here with buckets.
Okay.
One actually looks like the innkeeper.
Would I be able to jump up onto, like, climb up onto the top of this roof?
Sure, if you could do either athletics or acrobatics check for me.
Ouch.
Yeah, so you aren't quite able to get up. It's a little too high, but you don't hurt yourself trying, which is good. If you want, you can try
That's a
again,
little embarrassing.
or you can do something else.
Do I see anything else new around?
Other than the people and the water that's sort of spreading, no.
Okay. I'm going to move towards the people trying to douse the fire near the gate to tell them that what is an illusion.
Okay. Hey, I remember you at the inn. You liked my food, right?
Yes, it was very nice, but what's going on around here? Like, there's all these illusionary fires going on, but the water is very real. What is going on here?
Oh, I'm just doing my job here. Just taking care of what they told me to work on, which is, I guess, dumping water on this fake fire. He sighs. Why? I don't know why they want us to do all these really boring tasks. I guess it's gonna help us somehow.
So this fire looks just the same as the last one I was in, right?
Yep.
Okay. Look, you don't need to be here dealing with this fire. It's not real. And to demonstrate this, I go and put my hand on the burning building.
He nods. Yes, yes. I know that it's not real. Thank you, though. He continues.
These people are cult members.
Why are you fighting an imaginary fire?
Well, it told us it was preparation.
Those people are so weird. My goodness.
Is there someone I can talk to for more information around here?
We can head to the stadium down south in the south of the town. That's where our leader is. And
Okay, thank you. I will do that. How far can I get with the rest of my turn?
You can probably get back to here.
Okay, that's where I move then.
Okay. Karneth, you just saw a person go up and back, and you see some people throwing water onto this fire thing, and you see flood waters. What do you do with your warg?
So the wall at the edge of the town, does it look like there's any way to get out of it?
On the southern end?
Yes.
There is a... no, the main gate is on the western end, and there are small gates on the northern end, but none on the southern. Is
this the southern end that I'm heading towards?
So the southern end, you remember coming in, was on a bluff, a cliff bluff. So it was sort
Okay.
of protected, so didn't need as much. They didn't need any gates on that side or as much wall.
Okay, but there are gates up here.
Correct. Yeah. So think of these as gates, small gates that are usually locked, generally, and then the main gate is over on this side. On the
Is it just like a wooden gate?
yes.
Then I'm just gonna walk up here with my wargy friend and just kind of kick the door down.
Hey, don't do that. That's our gate there. This man that sort of yells out. It's like, what do you think you're doing? Hey, this is traveler. What do you You should get to work.
I just turn and give him the most orcish glare I can muster.
Intimidation.
Yeah, make an intimidation check for me.
Do I get
The
advantage
most
because
orcish.
it's very of
Yeah,
the giant red-eyed wolf?
You can use your strength instead of your charisma for intimidation.
yeah.
Okay, so in that case, I'll just do it manually.
Oh,
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so the man had rolled well, but you
Not that
still
well.
win. Well, they did tell us to let the adventurers do what they want. Okay, go ahead. He waves you through, and he goes back to putting water on the fake fire.
Oh goodness.
These people
I
are
commence
insane.
with door kicking.
Okay, make a strength check to see how well you break that door down.
Strength check.
Okay, yeah, it just falls right over. Clunk. Whole, not even splintered. Well, thanks for not
Alright,
splintering it, I guess.
I
It's
just
fixed.
ignore him and leave town.
As you leave, he sort of goes out and grabs the door and sort of props it in the doorway. Yeah, that should work. Looks at his work satisfyingly and goes back to putting water on the fake fire. Okay, Malharith, what do you do?
Well, see, having watched this awkward conversation go on in front of me, I am going to ignore them both, and I'm going to walk around the rubble. And I'm going to open the door to that house, see if there's anyone in there.
Okay. There is a woman sitting in a rocking chair.
Does she look old or
She looks
about the age
middle-aged.
this child's mother would be?
Yeah, she looks about the right age for the child. And she's sort of rocking in the chair, holding something in her arms.
Okay, I'm going to just very bluntly tell her, your child just got collapsed on by rubble. I hope you know that.
She looks up, still rocking. Oh, did you get her out?
Yes. Are you not worried at all?
Did she stay put?
Yeah, she stayed put. She seemed very adamant about that.
Good. She listened. She wipes a tear from her eye. Well, thanks for letting me know.
What was that?
Thanks for letting me know.
Oh, okay. Can I check her in any way to see if she's batshit crazy?
Let's see here. Make a.
Like-
You could make either a perception check or a
I think it's I think the inside check determines someone's like
Insight?
blinding.
Yeah.
Okay. 22.
Yeah. So she's not lying to you. And she doesn't seem like her motive is evil or terribly neglectful, which confuses you.
Yeah, I'm going to deduce that she is very crazy. And, is there like a father anywhere around in there, or?
Not that you can see.
Okay. I'm gonna turn back to her and ask, are you gonna do anything about your child who's just sitting on rubble right now?
No, my husband is on his way to figure out which pile of rubble she's sitting on.
Y- Uh,
I told you, man. These town people are cult members.
She looks
I-
at you finally, like, dead on. I know this might seem strange, but unfortunately, this is what they wanted us to do.
who's they?
Oh. Me.
And she explodes.
Oh, those pesky people from the capital.
From the capital?
Yeah, they think they're so special.
Hmm. Yeah, okay. So you're just gonna leave her there?
Well, it's
You-
my
you-
husband's job to find her. I
But
wasn't given a
You're-
job because I have to take care of my baby.
oh wait, does she have a baby in her lap?
Yes, she's the blankets. You can sort of see now they're squirming a little bit now. She starts
Oh,
rocking
okay.
some more.
I am very concerned by this mother. I'm going to just run out and make my way back to the child and just keep it company, I guess.
Okay. As you do so, a man eventually comes from this direction.
Okay.
Allie, it took me forever to figure out which rubble you were under. You stayed still though. That's good. Listen, you're happy. I'm glad you listened for once.
God.
These people are crazy.
This is a very worrisome
You're an
tale.
adventurer, aren't you? Yeah. I see you're doing what an
yes.
adventurer does. Yes, that's so good.
Okay, I don't like this town. I'm going to use druid craft really quick to make a flower blossom from the soil,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna pick it, put it in the little girl's hair, and tell her, as soon as you're 18, get out of here.
I want to go on an adventure like you. You're cool.
That could be a raid.
Thank you.
She waves as you go run away. Where do you go from there?
I'm gonna go this way. Or here, I need to alt click there. I'm just gonna go this way and just look around, see what. I'm just gonna try and take in what's going on.
I'm starting to think the orc did the right thing.
Probably.
Okay, yeah, so you see someone standing over here by this fire, and that's about all you can see from there.
Is this so he's standing right next to the fire, very unconcerned.
Yes.
Okay.
He's probably
Just
leaning
like
against
everyone
the
else.
flaming wood side.
Leaning against the and I don't see him burning to death. So I'm gonna assume that's not real. I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna ask, do you have any clue what's going on here? We've got I mean, you're leaning on a flaming house. There's water coming down there. Mothers don't care about their children, apparently. I don't know.
Okay, there are 3 things I've been able to figure out so far about this place. The fire's not real, the water is very real, and the people are absolutely nuts.
So we figured out the same thing. But
I thought I'd put it down real quick. Is that William looks like he's doing the meme, like the aliens meme, with his hands. The conspiracy theory.
what?
He looks like he's doing a conspiracy theorist meme.
Oh,
Aliens, man.
aliens, man.
Aliens.
NPCs.
I'm just gonna ask him. You just want to get out of here? And do I see the orc breaking down the gate, or is he already out?
You see the man propping up the door proudly.
Perfect. I can kick it back down. I'm gonna just ask him. You want to get out of here?
I was hoping to try find some answers in this place, but
I don't think that's gonna happen.
you raise a valid point.
At this point,
Yeah.
Something very loud bursts into the sky, like a fireball was just shot off.
Meteorite.
Do I see what it is? Like, is it coming down or is it coming up?
It looks like it was shot straight into the sky. So I mean, there's some like ashes falling, but other than that, it disappears. And almost immediately after this fire disappears, and
It disappeared.
disappears.
And then a meteor keep crashing down and we all die.
Rock falls. Everyone dies.
So
That's
there was
how
an
we-
explosion in the sky and everything started disappearing.
Almost immediately after, yes.
I still don't like this town.
Somehow,
that-
this just made everything weirder.
Yeah. Do you don't have any clue what's going on, right? You're just as clueless as I am.
I just arrived here last night, man.
Me too. But yeah, let's get out of here. I'm going to actually take the hummingbird from my shoulder. I'm going to cast looking for it right here. Beast Bond. And I'm going to establish a telepathic link with it and ask it to just fly around the best it can and just send me the general idea of what it can see outside of the city.
Okay. Which direction do
And-
you send it?
In the same direction as the wall.
Okay. Yeah, so you see the orc out. This is sort of like a hillside, and you see it slopes down pretty steeply, but not as steeply as the southern and eastern sides. And you see that it becomes a forested area near the bottom of the hill.
Forested area. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna start heading that way. I'm gonna tell. Oh, actually, I didn't ask your name yet. What's your name?
The name's William. And you're-
William. I am Malharith.
That's a mouthful.
You can just call me Mal. Yeah, if you want to come with me, I'm getting out of here as fast as I can. I don't like this place. It's crazy.
I've got a few more questions to ask, but I'll probably be heading out fairly soon as well.
Okay. And I'm gonna make my way as far towards the gate as I can.
Okay, so you can stop there, and that's where you'll end your turn. And it's Bounty Brassfang's turn.
Bounty thinks things are being weird. There's like a dark void over here. People acting so nonchalantly about things going out, telling a guy to go fight a flood. He's gonna do what he does best in these scenarios. He's gonna hide and observe.
Okay.
I'll go in a real stealth to see how well he hides.
Okay. Yeah.
14.
So, as you successfully hide, you also hear something explode in the sky, and you turn to look, and it looks like a fireball has been shot into the sky. And almost immediately after, the tornado appears to disappear. And whatever else you can see, like that rubble pile. And you're
Yeah.
hiding in the bushes or one of those ornamentations there. And you see a man walk by and head towards the stadium area and enter it. Finally, I was waiting for it to end. And you see some more people go on through. And then something strange happens. Your vision shifts. And as it does, you appear in the stadium with
Yeah. Be over there.
everybody else,
Oh, that's interesting.
including
We all just black out and wake up here.
not
Just
really.
teleported.
It just feels like almost like you lost your balance in a way, and you close your eyes as you try to regain your balance, and then when you open them, you find yourself in a different place. It looks like
Oh, all of us?
Yep, all of you, including Tar.
Including Tar. Okay.
Sorry, I just had to step out to go to the toilet for a sec. What happened since Brassfang's turn?
So, on his turn, the tornado disappeared after the fireball in the sky exploded, and then everybody, their vision shifted and blurred for a moment. They sort of lost their balance, and as they closed their eyes and reopened them, they find themselves in it's like a stadium, but not quite. It looks like maybe the meeting place of the town. You're not quite sure exactly, but everybody that you've met and all of the characters are there.
Nice to see you again, Mal. How did getting out of the city go?
Bounty's gonna walk over here by himself.
Not very well.
By the way, make a perception check.
Everyone or just
Who, everyone?
Yeah, everyone. It's so now that everybody's together, we're going to allow you to. We're going to try to let you play in relation to each other without the turn order. We'll see how it goes. Okay.
Okay, and Talon would have a when he was transported out of nowhere. Is
quiet
he would
club.
have,
It's very disorienting.
Yeah, I must have been pretty disorientated.
Yeah, so Talon and Karna, you see over here what appears to be a giant 2-foot squirrel sitting over here on one of the chairs, and then you see like a group of 5 individuals standing over here, and you see a female dwarf with flaming red braided beard, and then you see like a male elf with blonde hair, a male tiefling with purplish skin, and a brunette female human, and then you see an Ara Kokra, which is basically like humanoid
Bird people.
Yeah, bird people basically.
Bird folk.
and they seem to be talking, discussing, and pointing around at the different people as they discuss amongst each other.
That, I'm pretty sure that squirrels should not be that big.
Nothing in this town really
pointer.
makes sense.
Parnas will out loud just go, nope, and start to make his way towards the nearest exit.
They are all blocked off with magic walls. You run into it, and it's
What?
Barriers.
Now we're being trapped in here. Great.
I'm just going to start like preparing my spear in my hand just in case.
okay.
Yeah, Bounty's just down here pacing back and forth, fuming to himself as he's just getting angry about the situation.
Yeah. Is my hummingbird here, or is it still outside?
Your hummingbird is with you.
Okay.
It looks as confused as you do.
I'm gonna very angrily, seeing the person to walk into an invisible wall, just start banging on it with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start hitting it.
The guard that was at the other gate sees you and he's like, "Hey, no! Why does everybody want to break down gates today?"
Am I the only one who thinks this is very weird?
No.
I want to, I didn't want to waste a spell slot on this, though. You know what? I'm gonna waste a spell slot and cast Attack Magic.
Okay.
It's magic.
Well, there's definitely magic
No,
in
but
the doors.
It tells me what kind of magic as well.
Okay. Let's see here.
The schools of magic.
So this is an abjuration spell. The prismatic wall. That's sort of on the different gated areas. That's the only magic right now that you can detect, other than magical items on the five discussing with each other.
And I detect what kind of magic is there on the items that they're carrying.
You can detect. Let's see.
Happy birthday!
Conjuration. Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday.
Let's stay happy.
That'd be closer to one day closer to Death Day.
Yeah, so you just.
Oh, that's dark.
I mean, that's like.
Yeah, you just. Most of it's abjuration. You sense.
Okay. That doesn't give me much. Well, I'm going to look at the people that are sitting there. I'm still perched on a dragonborn shoulder, though. So I'm just going to look from that shoulder and trying to be as loud as I can and say, this is very weird. So, can you please tell us why you drag us here and why this fire was not real, but the water was real, and then the firebomb just exploded and everything disappeared?
The townspeople all look at each other and they're like, "Who should talk? I don't know." "Well, I guess I'll do it," says the lady who is picking the rubble. "They always pick me for stupid jobs. Well, he can tell you." And she points towards the bird man And then she sits back down.
Okay, sir, can you tell me?
Like a
Ow!
scream fills the air. Yes, I'm going to speak to everyone now. Everybody, please gather around and we'll give you our report.
I'm gonna speak to him in Orin and be like, make it quick, please.
He looks at you. He's like, you don't matter. You're just a traveler. This is a matter mainly for those of the town.
Then
Well,
just leave.
We are kind of involved right now.
Well, yes, you've got to report as well. But first, the townspeople. Most people did well at keeping calm at the disasters happening. We did give you a warning that it would happen sometime this week, that the training would occur. But now, I would like to address some issues. We did not have very fast responses to the fires. We need faster responses with the buckets of water. So Team Water, take care of that. Floods weren't addressed at all. Not that I know how you would address a flood, but you still want us to do that. Good job, Allie, staying put on the rubble for your mother or father. And, yes, everybody else, make sure that you improve your ability to process and think on your feet when the natural disasters do occur. Remember, tornadoes will be more destructive. They can destroy your buildings. Floods will destroy things. Fire will burn things. Rubble will hurt and not be fake. Like this time. Yes, travelers? Some of you did better than others at helping. He looks at the orc. Others just were cowardly. But that's how adventures are. You can never expect when they're going to be helpful or not. Which is why they were never informed of this training session, practice session. Now this is the report from the training corps from the capital.
God damn.
Did I just waste one of my spells for something that should not have been done?
Apparently no. Apparently.
I am very angry.
Well, I'm sorry, but we're just here to protect the town and get it ready for the disasters that will be coming soon. That is our job, and our next task is to continue on to the next town. To train them. You guys aren't quite ready, he says to the townspeople. But you're better than you could be, and you've improved a lot since the first unexpected night. Well done, especially you, Allie. He calls out again with his eagle scree, and then turns to the four of his core, and they sort of like nod and start to head out this direction.
Now there's a little gnome with his arms crossed, looking very angry, on perching on the shoulder of a dragonborn.
I'm just going to try and pat his shoulder. I mean, the gnome shoulder. You tried.
The
You know,
dire squirrel sort of like...
I'm still learning this.
Go ahead.
I'm still learning this. I should not have wasted my... it doesn't matter.
Never mind, gnome. At least it's better to be safe than sorry. We can all agree with that statement.
My name is Talon Quickfoot. Do you have a name? I suppose you have a name. Everyone has a name.
Yes, Hexley.
Do I hear him say that?
Make a perception
6.
No. It's pretty loud due to the whole town being there.
Okay.
Hexlet, maybe I have an idea. Maybe we could. There are other people. They said travelers. Do I see the rest of them?
Yeah, you can see like a group, like different people amongst the townspeople that don't look like
Yeah.
they are very happy or really know what's going on.
Or that don't blend in.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
If you would be very kind, we maybe could talk to the other people and see what they saw. But right now, I'm very angry because this was all fake. And this town is weird. But we can move.
I just look at the gnome. I'm not exactly good at talking with people.
I am very good at talking with people.
Malleus are certainly very good at talking. Never mind. I'm going to head towards. So which person are you going to enter now? I'm literally the gnome vehicle right now.
I'll just look around and point the first person I see. You can pick one.
So who would that be? Is it Bastion?
Down here. That's me.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be that one.
Okay, so I'm just going to move towards this. What's your race again?
I am a shifter, but right now we're in like a cloak and covering clothing, so I just look like a really big human.
Okay.
And
So
until you look at my face, and I got glowing eyes and stuff.
okay, so I'm just going to approach Breastfang and excuse me, whatever your name is.
I just glance sideways at you.
This gnome here says he wants to talk.
Hello. You
What
have
do you
very
think?
weird eyes.
Mm.
But I don't judge people for what. Yeah, I don't judge people. You're not gonna kill me, right?
How may I help you?
We were lost, and I was in a tavern, and then I woke up, and there was this things happening, and the ground shaking, and it was all fake, and I have no idea what's going on. I just know that maybe we should get out of here, but maybe strength in numbers, right? Because they say that this whole thing is going to happen again, and it could be real. My name is Darlin, by the way.
You may call me Breastfang.
All right, Breastfang. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Do you think we should talk to the others as well?
It might be good to get more eyes on the situation, guys.
Yes, because your eyes are weird. I'm sorry. But they are weird.
Yes.
So are we moving to other people now?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You are an interesting cub. There are plenty of minnow in this pond.
Yeah, maybe we can go towards. This guy here.
The closest is William.
Yeah. William and I think the orc right next to each other.
Yeah,
okay. So I'm walking towards the orc and human.
And maybe now we could describe ourselves, right, Kirsten?
Yes. So, what do those that are in conversation right now see?
Okay, so for Hexley, he's around 6'8" tall. He's not exactly bulky. He's rather, I would say, lean for a dragonborn. And then his eyes has this amber reptilian eyes kind of look. You know, it looks pretty cool. And then he has two horns protruding from the top of his head, extending backwards with a slight curve upwards. He has a scar across his nose bridge and at his jaw on his left side. and you can also see that on his chest, on the upper right chest is rather bare, so you can see some scars which you can discern comes from slashing. And I would say clothing wise, you know the Japan samurai clothing that has this their chest bare, that kind of clothing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So and aside from that, you can also see him carrying a long spear at his right hand. That's about it.
Right, and on his shoulder, you can see a 3 foot tall gnome, pointed ears, very big, silver eyes, uh, tousled, disheveled, ash blonde hair. Like he doesn't really care. He wakes up and just, pats his hair, and that's about it. He looks very young. He's wearing common clothes, normal clothes. I wouldn't say common, but they're not fancy. They're like a pair of brown pants, cotton pants, a brown blouse, shirt. But he has some sort of around his the pants is a green. Um, it looks like a cape, or would be the bottom of a cape, and it is made of leaves. But for some reason, they don't seem real, but they are like leaves. He has a bag, and there's a raven perching on his shoulder, and a quarterstaff that looks almost as tall as he is on his back. And he's very curious looking at everyone.
And as for Breastfing, he's 7 feet tall. He wears commoner's clothing. He's wearing like a green linen shirt, regular tan brown pants, boots with the pants tucked into it. However, on his side is a decently sized battle axe, and on his back is a shield wearing the emblem of his people, of his tribe, the Breastfing. And then on his face, his humanoid face, he has a flat, wide nose, with a black, was like sort of blackened tip. Protruding from his mouth are fangs. He has fangs going both up and down on his lips, and he has a pretty thick chin, like a pretty refined jawline. And his hair is sand brown, and it is shaved into a warrior's braid. So the sides are shaved, and the top is just kept left growing. And he has no facial hair as of right now. And his eyes glow green. His hands are clawed. Even in his normal human form, he has long, dark claws growing out of his fingernails. And that is about it for the Breastfing.
Okay. So now
He's big and bestial.
yeah. Okay. So we move towards William and
William
yes.
and Carnath?
Yeah, I think probably.
Yeah.
Carnath goes.
Yeah. So that we approach these two.
So, do I describe what my character looks like now?
What do they see when they approach you?
He's about 5'8" in height. He's wearing monk's robes with a brown traveling cloak over the top. Got a backpack on his back and a quarterstaff in his hands. Yeah, pretty short black hair and a fairly intricate-looking red tattoo on the left side of his face.
Okay, do you guys say anything amongst each other?
So this is unnoticed by the gnome and Breastfang, but when Hexley sees William, his eyes starts constricting a little, but then the eyes quickly return to normal, to its normal cold look.
As we approach him, Brad references to William. We are looking for other adventurers to compare notes about what we understand is happening here in the city.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome.
I'm guessing we've just been talking amongst each other.
We've described our characters so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are introduced to each other.
Okay. I guess I'll walk up to the group.
Yeah, we're just talking to William right now.
Okay.
So, anyone else like really confused by this whole training simulation?
What's a
Yes.
simulation?
Training procedure.
Well, quite. Did you mention something about disaster across the continent, Tal?
My people traveled along the world, the continent pretty well. Would I know anything about natural disasters happening often?
Yeah, so within the last couple months, you would remember that you've heard that there's been a spread of disasters, and it's hard. They're natural disasters, but it's hard to call them natural because it's almost like an epidemic. And the intensity and frequency have been getting worse, as well as the disasters are spreading throughout. And in areas where they've never had tornadoes and they don't know what tornadoes are, and they don't have random fires appear out of nowhere, they are having the occurrences. Earthquakes and floods are more normal, but not in these amounts, basically.
I tell them what I learned in my travels.
Okay.
I just tell them that.
Would, having been in the forest for the last year or so, would I have seen any of these? Like disasters?
Let's see. Let me. High or low?
Or what now?
High or low?
Hi.
Okay, you have not heard of any of these.
So, being in the forest, I've not seen any of these occur at all? Okay. And I'm gonna walk up and relay to everyone. They must be centered around civilization, because I haven't seen any. I've been in the forest for the past year.
The elements have always run rampant. I would assume that this is caused by the elementals attempting to gather more land, more territory for themselves.
You know,
Elementals.
there is such a thing as an elemental plane, and some people think that you can create portals to cross through elemental planes, and well, they don't really know what happens if you do. I know my father was trying to figure it out, but he went through it and never came back.
The only problem I have with that theory.
That's something I know about.
The only problem I have with that theory is that these were illusory fires and winds.
They
Like,
admitted that this is a training program for them.
Oh, they admitted it's a training program? Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. They admitted that it was just a test.
Oh, it was a test. Okay.
Yeah, they were.
But-
it was a training session for the townspeople for what to do if there were actual disasters.
But
No,
there have been disasters like this occurring everywhere.
Not in this town,
Okay.
but it's pretty predictable that it's going to happen eventually to this town.
Like,
So-
there's no hard evidence to assume that it's the elementals making these happen, but it would make sense.
Yeah. Then in that case, it probably would. All four elements.
The air always fights the ground. Water is always trying to douse fire. They are always at war, trying to gather more territory for themselves.
Has anybody ever seen any sort of figures around when these disasters occur?
We do
Any
not
sort
know.
of. Okay.
No idea.
Hmm.
Almost like
Hey,
a wind.
So the strange trio that approached me, did they introduce themselves?
The orc and the druid has not yet described their characters.
Oh, okay. My
Like,
character
the
is basic.
Dragonborn and Brassfang and all that, they come up to me and start talking. I don't think they actually mentioned who they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I said we were outsiders looking for other outsiders to exchange notes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And Talon said he didn't write any notes because he takes everything literally.
Hmm.
Um. Yeah. I guess as I walked in and just piped up randomly, you'd see I'm wearing hide-ish armor. It's kind of like mixtures of leather and hide. I've got a staff that seems to have been carved out of a branch. I'm wearing a kind of like a hooded cape sort of thing that's over my hair right now. I've got a wooden mask that has just, it looks like a whole bunch of eyes have been carved onto it. And that's covering my face. And just got a big backpack on and a little hummingbird just on my shoulder.
I will not question Hummingbird. I've seen plenty of birds in my day.
I believe Caroline has two.
And well, is the orc still just trying to like bash open the barrier?
Yeah, because Talon's. I'm going to go. Hey, sir. It would be good if you tried to stop getting out because we're having a conversation here. It's rude of you not to take part in it.
Oh god.
I just look at Talon thinking, so he can be rather. Never mind.
He is
Is
very
the,
correct.
Is the orc reacting at all?
Is the out there in the first place?
Karnath?
Yeah, is he with us?
Karnath.
Did he die?
Karnath.
Our orc died? No.
Oh no. Heart
He's
attack.
bashing his
Man down,
bashing
man
his
down.
hand.
We need a
Oh.
healer.
At this point, this one to be about 6
Oh, I'm getting a little bit of robotic.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says the internet might be bad today, right?
At this point, it's usually 7 or so. Yeah, can you hear me?
Your
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 connection
voice,
is
we just
yeah.
can't understand you.
Domo Gato, Mr. Roboto.
We hear you cutting off and robotic, unfortunately.
Right.
You can
So
probably type if you need to.
then one of us will read your lines.
Yeah. And then suddenly everyone reads his line.
At the same time.
Right?
Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing at all.
No.
Everybody makes the deepest, most gruff voices they can at the exact same time.
He's perfect. He's perfect. Nothing can go wrong.
I take out my slingshot and pelt him in the back of the head.
Yeah, I saw him leaving the chat and coming back.
Yeah, am I still robotic?
Oh,
No,
no.
That,
You're better.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, thank grim. Okay, so you guys will see this 6'7" orc with a one broken tusk and a raggedy cloak and leather armor seem to have a very verbal argument with this 6-foot-tall jet black wolf with red eyes.
Argument?
Yeah,
Actually,
both
well, I
of
can't
them
say much.
both of them having a very verbal argument with each other.
And he ignored me completely when I said he was rude for not coming to talk to us.
We're gonna have a
Yep.
conversation, sir.
they both stop and both turn to glare at the rest of the group.
Yeah, I can glitter too. Grr.
No need for animosities. We're just trying to be friends, and if you could come here, maybe we could even help you open that gate. If you really want to leave so fast, though that would be rude. But we cannot keep you here if you don't want to be here.
I'm just going to whisper just a bit to town like you might want to be a little less direct.
Oh. Okay.
At least until you know that he can take it.
Oh, right. Well, sir, it would be very nice for you to join us if you could. I could try and open the door for you. I know magic. Is that a good deal?
Yeah.
Was that better?
Yeah, definitely.
At this time, by the way, while you've been talking, the magic door walls have disappeared.
Well,
That took long enough.
You did a good
Oh,
spell there. Alright, Cub, your magic did good work. Door is open.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed.
The orc kind of
Yes.
just turns to the wolf. Told you it would work.
Oh god, the orc is very gruff.
I knew it.
As you guys begin to walk towards the exit of the stadium, all of a sudden, almost like a wind passing amongst you, you feel a familiar evil tickle at the back of your mind and then
God.
disappear with a maniacal laughter, leaving its
Did-
traces.
Did everyone else feel that?
Did everyone else what?
Did anyone else feel that?
Yeah, definitely.
I want to look over to one of the commoners that are still walking around with the villagers saying, did you just feel something strange right then?
Huh? No, I didn't feel anything. I'm just going to go to
All right.
bed.
Alright, sleep well. So,
Thanks.
there's a strange sensation. We can feel, but they can't.
This
Interesting.
town is very weird.
The giant squirrel sort of jumps down from the bleachers, sort of like does a long, big stretch, and then its tail sort of like poofs as it finishes its stretch. And then it sort of hops over to you guys and sort of sits in front of you. And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
I will eat you.
A 2-foot squirrel just walked in front of us. That's
Yep.
great.
I will devour you.
Man,